What's up, Gundam Kitchen fans? Another shipment. This time we got the models in and some new Gunpla. It's been a while. New kits. So let's start with the new stuff. Let's start with the Gundams. So we got that mobile Ginn. It's been a little while since we've had a master grade. It looks like Seed's getting a little love right now. Really nice colors. I mean, this is pretty much like a Zaku Gelgoog type of deal. Seed did not have the most original kits, but they look really good. And when you look at this, Bandai's just, they keep getting better every time. All this panel details really sharp, really deep, and just nice detail for out of the box. You can always go in there, add more, but colors and detail look good. And we got like this soft baby blue, this gray blue, which is nice. Huge decal set, which might turn some people off, but they aren't for any color separation. These are all just markings, and they're on the higher quality decals, so not the worst in the world. I'm sure you'll be able to find water slides for it soon too. A lot of nice detail on this inner frame. I mean, those pieces have a lot going on for inner frame parts. Then you got a black inner frame, which is kind of nice. Instead of gray, I think gray would be too muted for this kit since it already has grayish blues. So having a nice dark black will help it stand out. Oh, that blade looks... Hey, Bandai. Okay, I see what you're doing. These metallics, they're doing a lot of different things with metallics now. When we get to this kit, you're going to see some really nice stuff they're doing. But that looks really good. Not that cheesy looking fake metal stuff they usually do. It looks like it might be painted on. I don't see any swirl in it, so I'm assuming it might be sprayed, but I might be wrong there. But this looks good. Good stuff, good stuff. So, Ginn, that's a win. Then you got the Dagger, which I'm guessing this is just a Seed GM. Looks like a GM head. Has a very stock, like strike, a stray chest part here. So these are definitely your grunt suits, because the strays were kind of grunt suits. So these are even probably a lower level, I would assume. I didn't watch Destiny. So you got a nice off-white. I'm glad they didn't just use a plain old white. You got a brick red, or darker red. Maybe close to burgundy. But definitely not just a bright red. Everything's toned down here. Nice navy blue. Gray is just gray. Nice toned down colors. Very, like military style, you would assume. If they did white, red, and blue in the military, it would be more toned down like this is. Now that flight pack, what does it say about that? Okay, so it says the various packs from the HG series can be attached. So it has the same kind of attachment points as most of your Seed suits. So you can put those different strike packs and stuff like that on it. We got this as a slightly early release last week. Huge behemoth of a kit. If you're the kind of person who's getting into scribing, and I know this is kind of a bad thing to say since it's a very expensive kit, so maybe not if you're just getting into scribing, but if you're a scriber, this is a great place to work at. Huge kit, a lot of open panel space. It's an HG, so it's not hell of expensive, but it's really big. And the little extra detail you can add to this will just set this kit off. So as we can see out the box, just a little bit of a decal sheet, but unfortunately it's for color separation. And that's another good reason to definitely want to paint this kit. Otherwise, then that it probably could use either some pre-shade or some just really nice coats of paint for that factory look. Blue is blue, pretty dark navy blue there. Some nice green beam sabers. This gray is nice. A little different than your normal gray here. White is bright white, so that is straight up white pretty much. And yeah, I like the gray they're using here. More of a metallic gray. And I don't know how they're getting that like that. That looks pretty good. So that's interesting. This is just an HG with some, you know, plain old plastic here, but it's not that normal softer joint plastic, the PC stuff. I don't think I see any PC in here. So that's also interesting. So all your gray stuff that has joints and inner frame stuff seems to be this plastic. I mean, obviously these are like the vents that are probably in the wing and shoulder area. So nice detail, but like I said, the key's a little bit more to really set it off. I've seen there's some really nice water slides out there for this. I will try to get them. And then of course, if you didn't already grab the Penelope, you can just go ham with this stupid big box and get both of them together, and then you get these nice funnel effects. Oh, this thing got some weight on it. All right, what do we got here? So look at all them funnel effects. That is pretty cool. I'm assuming it's going to come with these stands. 2 display bases are included. Yep. So it gets them up off the ground, firing off at each other. Oh my God, look at all these extra pieces in here. So yeah, there's a lot going on in there. So definitely good stuff. What else we got new? All right, so this new show came out, 86, and that must be one of the main characters. I don't even remember seeing her. We watched like 3 episodes in here, but we were doing a lot of other stuff, so we weren't really paying attention. But it's cool to see they didn't go with your standard mechs, humanized looking mechs. They actually went with something different for once, and we got some spider type mechs. So this one is, well, actually this one's the general use one. So this is what most of the armies are running with. And they're fighting other armies in some kind of war that have very similar mechs, but everybody's loadouts are different and builds are a little different. And then this is one of your main characters in mech. So this is a Shin use. Basically looks like some giant razor blades attached to his front. These look pretty cool. Plastic is cream, light tan. And then you got this gray with like a little bit of purple in it, maybe. It's on the purple side of gray. So definitely some different colors you're not used to seeing. If you are getting into leathering, this is a great kit to do some leathering, some stippling or whatever. I think going for this cover look where it's got just a little bit, not all busted up looking, but just a nice little bit of weathering going on is the route to go on these. It's a great test bed. And if you just like the new anime, looked interesting. I gotta watch it a little more. Seems very like strategic and tactical type of anime where they're like always discussing on how they're doing their little tactical movements and stuff like that. And then into the cute stuff here. So we got the Mechawego Tros. So this one obviously looks like it's inspired by cocktails. So we got this clear gold and cream color, and then we got this green and like frosty color. But what's cool about this one, the green and frosty colors, when it hits the black light, it's gonna really show out. And the gold from these pictures looks really good. I'm assuming that's gonna be like mechy plated from the look of it. It has a nice shine to it. And if you're not familiar with these are actually vehicles that kids pilot in some, future. And they kind of like use them to go to school and stuff like that. Here's another combo of them. They usually come in 2s in the scale. They come in 2 scales. This is the 1/35th scale. I think the other scale is 1/24th. And what's cool about 1/35th is there was a lot of like resin and plastic figures that are made for that scale that you can use with these. So these are very like, kid-like colors, very fun colors. I believe these hands are different from the normal hands, so they're a little more like robust with the 3 pinchers. So you could take something like this and you could just make this like dystopian looking or whatever you want, really weathered up and more useful for like lifting heavy equipment and stuff like that, more work use. And you do whatever you want with them. But yeah, it looks like the new gimmick is the power arms on these. And then these are by the same guys, I believe, or at least the same modeling company makes them, Hasegawa. And another similar idea where you got these vehicles that transport people. And in this case, it actually comes with the figure, which is interesting and unique. So you're going to get that figure, and this is also in the 1/35th scale. So you're getting a 1/35th figure to go with it. Oh, check that out. They actually show it with the Mechatron, so I guess they're all in the same universe here. Very cool. So, very cute stuff, and just different if you want to mix it up. Also from Hasegawa, we got the Arcadia in a 1/2500 scale. So we had the one that's about twice as big, and it's pretty pricey. This one's cool because you're getting a very same look. Details probably a little less, but a really nice kit and a smaller, more affordable package. And probably a lot easier to display because it's not going to take up a whole desk. All right. And then while we're down this end, let's check out the new figures we got in. So we got Robot Spirits, Johnny Ridden, Zaku here. So obviously space use, high mobility Zaku. You got the Dom Tropin back in. And then we got this Frieza First Form, which there's a lot of stuff in this box. First, it comes with a pod, so that's obvious. That's huge. But you got several heads, different expressions on them. You got his little thing to go over his eye there. You got the little him powering up to shoot a beam. Where's that? Yeah, shoot a beam, and then there's a Dragon Ball. So very cool. You also got the Dragon Radar for finding Dragon Balls. Role play mode and game mode. So this does something, but unfortunately it's all in Japanese on the back here, so I can't tell you what it does. Guess we'll have to check a YouTube video out for that one. And then Conan from the very long-running spy anime, or not spy, detective anime. And this is cool because he has a lot of different stuff in here too. So you got 4 faces and 3 different forms of the glasses. You got that kind of like when he zones out and his glasses go almost mirror-like, or you can't even see his expression when he's about to crack the case. Then you have his glasses with like that like radar or optical thing going on there. So a lot of cool expressions that are directly out of the anime. And then of course that skateboard. All right. Then we got a Machine Kriegerin. I think this is the first time we had that one. Very cool looking. Got the Pokemons back in, so restock on those. And like I said last week, looks like things are flowing. So things we got in early, but just a little bit last week. Now we have them in a much better stock selection. And look at that. We could not get our hands on some damn 30-minute missions right before our contest, and now they're coming back in. And that was actually the one that a couple of people needed, so that's a shame. We got the X-Wing. Obviously, those 86s again. The Masked Riders. Oh, we didn't even look at that one down here. Check this thing out. So like I was saying, the stuff Bandai is doing with these plastics and actually sprays, I'm glad they're moving away from like the mechy plating as much, and they're not just doing that crappy metallic looking plastic that has all the swirls in it, because this looks good. Obviously it's not cheap, but that looks really good. I'm assuming this is sprayed on because it's buttery smooth and there's no swirl visible. Just looks really good. And they didn't just stop there. They did red too. Now this red is definitely the metallic plastic, so there are some swirls in it, but again, it's so shiny I can't even see the swirls in about half of this stuff. So they're adding more like pearlescence in there too. And then you got some. So this one has a nice mix of like regular plastic and then metallics. And let's see what they do with this gold. Oh, it let me down. The gold is kind of bleh. Now, everything else is that is silver. Like, why'd they do that to the gold? Silver, amazing. And this thing has a massive dragon. And the dragon head looks pretty damn cool, which is often a problem with dragons, especially like in model kits. So very cool, all posed up. You get this nice pose like that, which I'm sure is iconic from the show. And this one This one's pretty cool. It's another one I didn't realize I was going to like that much. These Masked Riders are stepping their game up. A couple of them I don't watch the show, but I just want to build a couple of them. All right, War Greymon back in. Digimon always flying off the shelves. Transient. We got the Lupus Rexin. Your Revive Gundam RX-78, which is a great one because it's really cheap and newer. Not the newest, but it's a really good value. It came out in 2015 when they redid it, so it has a lot of more modern mechanics to it, but at a very good price point. Got that Maganok. You got the Death Scythe. So that was another early release we had last weekend. We only have 2 of them left, and we just got them back in right on time. Looked at the Dagger already, Strike Freedom, and Master Gundam and Fushigi. And that's about it. Oh, forgot about the Master Grade. So we got the Vidar back in. We got the Gundam 2.0, Wing Gundam, Extreme Blast Mode of the Destiny. So that's the one that comes with those crazy wings. Looks really nice. Not the newest version, but those wings. Did the Mobile Ginn, 00 Riser, Wing Zero, obviously a great one from last year. And then that Extreme Unicorn. Luckily enough to get that back in. So big box for a Master Grade. And that's the one with all the lights. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.